Hello and welcome to the EduTalk series hosted by Biotone, Biotone EduPartner School Program, and massage industry experts. With the growing interest and popularity of the EduTalk series, Biotone continues to support virtual learning and building massage community by connecting you with industry experts who share their knowledge and expertise on topics not only for class discussion, but career success. Today's expert is Sheila Alexander, a retired practice owner and educator teaching wellness and senior geriatric massage and spa therapies. Sheila created a senior massage spa program for continuing care retirement community and is one of CryoDerm's team educators. Additionally, Sheila was inducted into the World Massage Hall of Fame in 2021. Let's listen and learn as Sheila reveals how to prepare your practice for the upcoming Silver Tsunami with geriatric massage and senior spa therapies. Most therapists and practice owners already have seniors as family members or clients. Sheila will discuss the 3 class types of seniors, geriatric definitions, and senior intake forms. She'll discuss how to adapt massage sessions for your special needs wheelchair, armchair, and rollator clients, plus provide marketing concepts and opportunities to reach senior communities and potential clients. Thank you again for joining us tonight. Please be sure your sound is muted and video off. And Sheila, welcome to the EduTalks. I know we have a lot to get to, so I'm going to turn it over to you. And I'll join you at the end for chats, questions, and comments. Thank you. Well, it's all yours.
Well, first of all, thank you, Donnell, for and Biotone for hosting this and for keeping us all connected during the pandemic and building community, cultivating lifelong learning, and archiving these talks for the future. So I'm going to leave the previous screen was my contact information, and you all should have a PDF of that. I'm going to put my glasses on so I can see. But I have this slide as a gift to all of you. I have a special code that you can go on my website through this link, and you can order my 1-hour CE contact hour class that is usually a $45 value. You can order that during the month of May and take that. Now, during the pandemic, of course, I was deemed a non-essential worker during because I was in a continuing care retirement community. And so during the pandemic, I simplified this class for family members that wanted to reach out to their seniors because massage therapists were not being able to do their work. So it's a simplified version, but you can also get 1 CE hour for that. So okay, next. So this is one of this was in the room of one of my residents, and I just thought this was so beautiful. Blessed are you who share memories and stories of the past, dreams of the future, and the ever-present strength of your love. And that is what the essence of this work is all about. So I wanted to share all this with you. Her name was Mary, and I'll talk a little bit about her later. I take pride in being a baby boomer myself. we are one of the largest generation in U.S. history. We are 78 million strong, born between 1945 and 1964. As Roger Daltrey of the Who rock group sang in the song My Generation, I hope I die before I get old. Baby boomers expect excellence in services and quality of life. So let me figure out how to get this little thing out of the way so I can read my whole screen. Bear with me. Minimize. There we go. Oop, let me go back one. So I have some stats for you from the U.S. Census Bureau. So in 2010, 13% of the American population was 65 and older. By 2030, that figure will be more than 21%. And by 2050, there will be more Americans 65 and over than children younger than age 15. So as of 2011, the first of the 78 baby boomers turned 65. So in 10 years, they'll be 75, and then in 10 more, 85. So for the next 19 years, nearly 10,000 people a day will turn 65. And that doesn't include the demographic that reached 65 before 2011. So businesses such as McDonald's and CVS stores are widening their aisles and entrances and lowering their shelves to make allowances for seniors' ease of shopping. Baby boomers are being referred to by retailers as the silver tsunami. So I love this this graphic. Massage Magazine did a story on me several years ago, and they made this graphic, and I was able to use this, and it just really kind of captures today's seniors are really active, and they're very health and wellness minded. So who are today's seniors? So AARP, my favorite new magazine, is, wait a minute, let me see if I can turn this off up here. Oop, nope. Bear with me, as like most of y'all, my skills are with people, not technology. Huh. Oh, let me go back. Thank you. So seniors are the fastest growing population to embrace technology, spending about 7 billion annually online, and their income per capita is 26% higher than the national average. They control 70% of all the wealth in this country, and they have more than 2 trillion in annual income and have more disposable income than any other age group. 84% they said they would be lost without their computers and the internet. They exercise. 16 million say they exercise at least 3 times a week, and 35% report moderate physical activity 12 times per month. Unfortunately, 52% report no physical activity. We also account for 60% of all healthcare spending. 49% cite health and wellness as their primary concern. 72% have one or more chronic diseases, and 43% have high blood pressure, with 16% diabetes. So according to the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons, there is a 673% predicted increase in knee replacements among boomers and an expected 174% increase in hip replacements by 2030. I had a total hip replacement in 2015. My mother, who is gone now, really suffered with arthritis, and she had both of her hips replaced in her 70s. After she had her first one replaced, I remember her saying, I wish I had done that 10 years ago. So I didn't want to wait. And it completely got rid of all the pain. So these statistics suggest there is a big demographic interested in and with sufficient income to afford complimentary health and wellness offerings such as massage and spa services. So I have a geriatric definition here. The term geriatric refers to health changes that occur in the body due to the aging process. I love this picture. This is a picture of my brother and his granddaughter. And pediatric refers to the baby developing and growing. Geriatric refers to decline. First of all, it is a completely natural process, but not everyone is suited for this work. And I wanted to make a point of that. You know, it's difficult to watch ourselves age, to watch our people in our family, people in our practices, but you are going to watch people decline. And so I wanted to make that point. So I'm going to go over the 3 different classes of seniors here. And first of all, I have Betty White, who was kind of the poster child for healthy aging. She lived, I think, 2 weeks. She passed 2 weeks before her 100th birthday, but she was still on Facebook and Instagram, and she was really healthy, active senior. So they may be in an independent living center or live by themselves. And there are no time limits for a massage session, as they can receive 40, 60, or 90 minutes, depending on their need, desire, and tolerance. Age-related folks can complete what we refer to in healthcare as ADL, what are activities of daily living. They can feed themselves, be oriented to person and place, be continent, or be able to self-manage incontinence. They're cognitively intact or display confusion with the ability to be redirected. So this senior needs support in ambulation, which is getting around. They need either a cane, a walker, or a wheelchair. They need help with meal prep, medication, treatment administration, and the recommended time for this senior for massage is 20 to 40 minutes, depending on their need, desire, and tolerance. So the 3rd class is fragile, and they are in a visibly deteriorating state of health. Many have suffered illnesses and accidents and chronic diseases such as heart disease, cancer, stroke, dementia, Alzheimer's, and or Parkinson's. So this person needs help with really everything, with feeding themselves, with all of their ADL, with their bowel bladder, getting around, transportation, transfers, wound care, and wandering. And the recommended session time for this senior is 20 to 40 minutes, depending on their need, desire, and tolerance. So I want to back up for just a minute. And I had a practice in a continuing care retirement community where they had a room for me in their wellness clinic where I saw the residents in independent living. And then I did in-room services in assisted living, memory care, and skilled nursing. So we would say the healthy active senior is independent living. The next is age-related would be assisted living, and then fragile would be skilled nursing, or what they referred to it in the community where I was in. Instead of skilled nursing, they tried to put another description on that, and they said they're in health care. So they weren't in a nursing home, they were in health care. And while I'm on that subject, I want to challenge you all to change your verbiage a little bit. Instead of nursing home, rest home, the new verbiage for that now is community or center. And so that's a really important difference that I want you all to practice. So I have a couple of different models of wheelchairs here. The one on the right is really heavy. It has what are called leg supports and foot rests. when I first went into this community, I did not know anything about wheelchairs. So I asked the CNAs there to show me how to work them. And there's a little uh, lever levers that will help the feet swing from side to side. But of course, you should not do that unless you know what you're doing. And the CNAs were just great. And they taught me all of the uh, whys and hows for the wheelchair. So you can give a massage in this just to lock the wheels and stand behind, and that's all on the online course that you're going to be seeing when you pull that up. Now, this one on the left is what's called a transport chair, and they're really lightweight. You can get those in most drugstores now, but that's just mainly for people that just can't walk a long way, and you just need to get them into a car. And then when you get to where they're going, then they can just slip out and sit in there. But it's very lightweight, and you can actually put that in the back seat. It doesn't even have to go in the trunk. So I wanted to show y'all a couple of the models of those. Now, the next, I would like to make a point about wheelchair etiquette and safety. First of all, do not touch or lean on someone's wheelchair without their permission. Their wheelchair is considered part of their person, and you are infringing on their rights if you do not ask. And always lock the wheels before beginning a massage session. All right, these next two are what are called rollators. And I know you've seen these around in the grocery store and in the department store. And when these are actually a little heavier model, but those are recommended by a physical therapist. And actually, they are sized by a physical therapist as well. The physical therapist will um, adjust those hand grips to the person's height and teach them how to walk with looking ahead of them to keep their head up and uh, and to work on their posture. So the physical therapists will size these, but I used to work on one lady named Ruth, and she would come down to my treatment room uh, on her rollator, and I had a hydraulic table so I could put it up and down. And what we would do, because she just wanted work done on her back and shoulders, so what we would do is I would scoot her up to the massage table, and she would turn around and she would sit on this little seat, and then we would lock the wheels and then put a couple of pillows up on the massage table, and then she would just lean forward and turn her head to the side, and then I was able to work on her shoulders and her back exactly where she needed. I could do moist heat on her. um, so you can use this as a tool for people that cannot get on and off your massage table. All right, so this I put on last. Uh, we baby boomers, we want something high tech. So this is the newest and latest and greatest in rollators, and it's aluminum, so it's very light. You see the wheels are bigger, so they can go over cobblestone or brick or grass. But we baby boomers are driving the economy, so we want something high tech. So this is the latest and the greatest in rollators, and I put that on for you all to see. So the benefits for seniors are what you all know for massage period. But of course, regardless of why seniors consider massage, they will only benefit by being touched. So unfortunately, many of the older seniors view massage as a luxury and don't consider it a form of therapy. So you need specific training to access these folks. And of course, the appropriate modality is based on you taking a good medical history as well as a physical and emotional assessment. Some seniors will seek massage for relaxation, whereas others come for relief from medical conditions. So here's me and my cousin Peg several years ago. She was my model for one of my classes. So you can also ease pain and discomfort brought on by sore muscles or years of pain from arthritic joints by softening hardened musculature and releasing areas of holding. Massage encourages a better exchange for absorption of nutrients. Also promotes restful sleep and relieves insomnia, releasing endorphins, which we know are natural hormones that reduce pain, as well as provide a greater sense of well-being. Also speeds recovery from surgery, increase mobility and range of motion. Massage enhances the effects of physical therapy, and many seniors report incredible rates of recovery from joint replacements. And at this point, I'll stop because after I had my hip replacement, I went to physical therapy because we had to strengthen the rest of my muscles in order for me to one day get on a massage table, and then which I was able to do, but that was part of my physical therapy. And then it also improves all body systems affected by the aging process. But most importantly, I believe massage feels good and can reconnect seniors to their bodies, mind, and emotions during a time when they can be at risk of being overwhelmed by physical pain and or psychological loss. So I have duh on this slide. So in recent years, the nursing profession used technology and pharmacology to relieve conditions such as pain, anxiety, and insomnia that were once treated with massage. However, interest in massage has grown with the move to more holistic nursing. You really don't have to sell massage anymore. That you just have to find a community that is looking for you, because what we have to offer is really valuable. So I have the a study here that you all are welcome to go on PubMed to read the whole thing, but I just got the gist of it. And this was from the Journal of Clinical Nursing, and the psychological and physiological effects of slow stroke back massage and hand massage on relaxation in older people. The two protocols that were used were 3 minute slow stroke back massage and a 10-minute hand massage. And both physiological and psychological indicators suggest the effectiveness of slow stroke back massage and hand massage in promoting relaxation in older people across all settings. So there are many precautions and contraindications, which you can imagine, but I have just some bullet points up here as an overview. So of course, no, do not massage any area that looks inflamed, blistered, or has a rash. Attempt to move any joint past its resistance. No open wounds or sores, people with fever, any areas that feel hot, or any calves with deep pressure, as these can be sites of thrombosis or blood clots. No varicose veins. Now, the area surrounding the veins can be touched with gentle holding. Don't use deep pressure on the cervicals, as there may be compromised circulation of the carotid artery, or use strong traction or rocking motions without proper assessment. Strong rocking of the feet is not advised and can increase strain on the knees, hips, and vertebral joints that are already damaged or unstable. But gentle traction and gentle rocking movements may be used and often feel good. Or anyone that appears acutely ill displaying such signs as profuse perspiration, confusion, labored breathing, or unfocused eyes. And you also do not want to palpate with direct pressure. You need to use flattened fingers instead. I want to go back to anyone who appears acutely ill. I will first say that I have never worked on anyone that was not responsive. I had my lady Mary that I told you about at the beginning, that had that beautiful quote in her room, and she was on hospice for the last few months of her life. And when I would go into her room to do her massage, she'd be in her wheelchair and her eyes would be closed. And I would say, "Hey, Mary, it's Sheila. I'm here to do your massage." And she would go, and I said, "Can you hear me?" And she would go, "Uh-huh." So she responded. So I've never worked on anyone that was not responsive. So here's what I recommend for you to modify your intake form for seniors. Ruth Werner gives a great class on pharmacology and massage that is excellent. And she taught me, instead of putting on your intake form your medications, which some people will bring you a sheet of all the medicine they're on, instead, just ask, do you have any side effects from your medications? And do you use any topical medications? If they use something that is topical, you want to stay away from that area because you want to leave that alone because that medication is there to do its job. And then I also put, please list recent within 1 year, any accidents, injuries, or surgeries. And are you taking blood thinning medication? And then I have to circle any of these conditions you currently have or have had in the past. And I think this is, I like for your intake form just to be 1 page. I think that's manageable, but you can get everything that you need to know on there along with your intake that you do verbally. All right, so here are your Bibles. Everybody needs to have one of these books in your treatment room or in your library. And if you're unsure about something, either Susan Salvo or Ruth Werner, all you have to do, I mean, they wrote the book. So get one of these books for you to have on hand because it will this is your Bible. So I'm going to do a little bit of marketing, and I know that that is everybody's favorite subject. So I have a little graphic here, the happy dance, since I know that's everybody's favorite, and then just give you a little overview because that's, as we know, there's hands-on and there's marketing. So health fairs or health expos, I recommend that you do all of those, attend all of those that you can as either a presenter or just go and find someone that is in that can help you get a spot at their next one. So health fairs are to provide general information about good health and preventative medicine, and also offer screenings and assessments such as blood pressure, body mass index that can detect a problem and get attendees on a track to a healthier self. So senior citizen centers are a magnet for your audience. The director is always looking for programs, speakers, classes. Now, not everybody wants to get into a community like me. Like I say, most people already have seniors in your families and as clients. But if you want to expand and maybe spend 1 or 2 days a month in a community to provide them with your services, this is how to do it. So some of the program ideas that I did one on aromatherapy, reflexology, and then I did like a basic skincare. You can do a products class to make scrubs. Now, when you do a program, whether it's in a senior center or whether it's for a group that you already have in your circle of influence, remember, when you give a program, you want people to meet you, like you, and trust you. Remember, they are not going to grill you on the muscles. And it is a great source of referrals because, of course, they all know people that are in communities. So if you want to expand and do that, this is the perfect avenue. So active adult communities offer independent living, and I'm in an area where they cannot build these fast enough. The contacts there, you want to look for on their website, either their lifestyle consultant, the wellness director of activities. Sometimes it's the life enrichment director. And if you don't have any of those listed, then contact the marketing department and they will point you in the right direction. So you also can do massage in an assisted living and memory care centers. And for that avenue, you're going to contact the director of health services or the director of nursing, or if you can't get to either one of them, then the marketing department will point you in the right direction. So I have this slide here, the road to success. First of all, none of us can be successful alone. We all need each other's help. So join your professional organizations, because if you're going to work in a community, the first thing they want to see is your license and your insurance certificate. But always network with other therapists. Keep your ears open for volunteer opportunities. Don't give up your day job, and market every day. Just do a little something every day. And so I love this quote that success is 10% inspiration and 90% perspiration. So I have my disclaimer here, and here are my sources. And now I'll open it up to answer questions.
Well, that was extremely informative and great advice. Let's see, there's one chat that has come in. This is great advice as I'm trying to transition into massage full time. Thank you very much. And as I listen to you, I mean, really, therapists have an opportunity here to really specialize with geriatric or senior massage and spa treatments. And I agree with you. They seem to be building these over 55 plus communities everywhere. And so it creates a real opportunity for therapists to specialize and just have a large potential client base as well. And then word of mouth or, throughout the community is helpful as well. I had a question. Oh, do you need a special certificate when you're working with assisted living, or I'm going to call it elder care facilities? Not only do you need your license, but when you come in, do you need to show that you have expertise with working with seniors?
I recommend in my full 16-hour class, I show you how to put together a marketing packet, and I give you a cover letter that all you have to do is plug your information in there, and then give you all the documents to put in that folder that you can leave with them. And one of the things is to make a copy of your senior spa or your geriatric massage continuing ed certificate, along with a copy of your state license and a copy of your insurance certificate, because those are the first things that they want to see. They want to make sure that you are licensed and that you are insured and there is no risk to them. but then also show that you have specialized training.
Excellent. Patrice is asking, is it possible to still list this as a separate service with discounted prices for this community? I currently have something listed like this for the older community just for 30 minutes, and it's cheaper than my regular sessions. So it sounds like you can specialize or customize it to the facility or the age group. Would that be the therapist's choice to do that?
That is the therapist's choice. The community where I practiced was really the premier in the area. But I had another friend that was right up the road, and she got a room. She's a massage therapist. She got a room at the senior center, and they didn't charge her any rent. Of course, every agreement is different, but the senior center up the road offered her a room free of charge, and she scaled her prices accordingly
Oh, that's
because
wonderful.
that area was not as prosperous. So it's totally up to you. But I would do your research and figure out what the going rate within whatever area you're practicing is, and then adjust your rates accordingly.
Well, very interesting. Now, on your list of don't massage them if they have a rash or a fever, et cetera, I didn't see anything about bruising. And
I need
senior
to put that
citizens
in there.
what's that?
I said I need to put that in there. I'm going to make myself a note right now.
Okay, so how do you approach thin-skinned, easily bruising individuals? I know you're not, you haven't suggested deep massage. So how do you approach that? And will the massage help the healing process of a bruise?
That is a great question. When I would see bruising, and that is very common with thinning skin, and almost all of them are on some type of blood thinner. If it's not a prescription, they say, oh yes, I've taken a baby aspirin for years. So that is very, very common. And some of them just bruise like bananas. But I always had an arnica application in my treatment room that I would just do an application over. But the bruising I just stayed away from, because obviously that area of the body is healing. But this work is more about technique than it is pressure. It is more about the technique. It's more about the technique.
Okay. Well, everyone, we have another few minutes for questions and comments. And Sheila, I'm going to ask you, is there anything that you'd like to say in closing? Anything upcoming that you'll be out and about that you'd like to share with everyone?
Well, thanks. First of all, let me back up. And the name of my business used to be A World of Good, Massage for the Planet. And then when I decided that I was going to specialize in seniors, really after I home cared both my parents, I was A World of Good Geriatric Massage and Spa, which was like way too long. And then one of my residents came in the room and picked up my brochure that said Geriatric Massage and Spa Therapies. And she said, and she was in her 80s. She said, oh, Sheila, geriatric. They don't want to be called geriatric. Even people in their 80s and 90s don't want to be called that. So then I kind of tweaked it, and I thought senior spa, senior spa. And so that's why I named it Senior Spa, because it is just gives a different spin on that. And that came from the horse's mouth that they don't want to be called geriatric. So you are a geriatric practitioner. But I will recommend that you say you do senior massage and spa therapies. So just an idea. I do have a couple of classes in my area this year in North Carolina, but I am willing to travel to anywhere in the country. Now, if you're an AMTA member, I'm a 30-year AMTA member, and I will be glad to come to your state to teach. So just let your chapter know that you're interested, and we will go from there. And look for web classes soon on AMTA and on a BMP as well.
Well, excellent. We had one chat that, can you put the link for Sheila's class in the chat? And what I'd like to mention is tomorrow I will send out a follow-up email that will include a copy of tonight's recording with Sheila, her contact information. I will also include the link that she provided on her second slide for the free class that she's offering during the month of May. And her contact information will include her website, so you can go there and learn more as well. So watch your inbox tomorrow for the follow-up email. And I think you just answered Trisha's question, that you've been in practice over 30 years. And you're in North Carolina. And as Sheila mentioned before we started tonight, a cardinal is the state bird, and the cardinal's in a dogwood tree, which is the state tree.
State
So
tree.
we've learned that additionally as well. Laura is chatting, I like the idea of having a treatment room at the facility, but feel uncomfortable going to seniors' individual rooms. Can you speak about that?
Well, both of my parents were in sales, so I never meet a stranger, and I never had any trouble with that. But I can understand how that would be a little intimidating if you're a massage therapist and you're used to having your own treatment room and all of your supplies there and having people come to you. I can certainly understand that. I enjoy doing both because I kind of get bored quick, and I like the variety, and I like puzzles. And you have to really like puzzles to be able to do this kind of work, because when you go into their rooms, you don't have a table, and some of them cannot get on and off a massage chair, so you have to use what they have in their room with their pillows. And I always felt very accomplished by that, by taking what they had and making it work for them. So you really don't need anything special. You can do this in their armchair, use their pillows, put them up against their bed, lean them across on a desk or a dressing table. That to me is the fun of this, because you can be very creative.
Well, it's wonderful work. It's really, I mean, in so many cases, seniors are forgotten about, or, I've heard invisible to many. And the power of touch and healing touch is an excellent service to offer. And, you're doing great work here, and those therapists interested in continuing it, so they can work on you and me.
Yay!
So, have you had any experience with emergencies happening with your client while massaging?
Great question. Not that all the other questions weren't great too. I never had anyone fall. The only incident that I can think of is that I had one lady that was on the massage table, and she didn't want to take her wig off. She wore a wig and she didn't want to take it off. And she had hearing aids on underneath it. And I didn't know that. And this was pretty early in my practice there. She wanted to keep her wig on. She had hearing aids underneath it. So when I had her on the table, prone, and I was doing some just like finishing strokes up on her neck, and I came up her neck, and my hands covered her ears. And whenever your hands cover the ears of the older models of hearing aids, they emit a really high pitched sound. So as soon as that happened, she started shaking. I heard this and her head started shaking like this, and she said, "Stop." So I put my hands down immediately, and um, and then she was fine. And she did come back, but that taught me to put on my intake form to ask them if they wear hearing aids. And of course, I had like a little dish right there, beside the chair where they would, put their clothes on, to put their watch and their glasses, and you have like a little, put their hearing aids on there. The newer models are almost invisible and you cannot see them. And some people will want to leave those on during session so they can hear you. Then some people will want to take them off. So that's another question that you need to ask. But that was the only, that was a great lesson for me.
Okay. I would like to just mention a few things. You brought up Ruth Werner and Susan Salvo's books. Both Ruth and Susan have presented previous EduTalks for us. Ruth has reviewed her books, and Susan also reviewed her books for the EduTalk author series. And their EduTalk have been recorded and posted on biotone.com under the EduTalk tab. Ruth has also presented for our new series, EduTalk Diabetes Series. And that's hosted by Biotone and Easy Diabetics Dry Skin Therapy Lotion, Dry Skin Therapy Foot Cream, and there's a new product, Dry Skin Pain Relieving Foot Cream. And I'll include a link about those tomorrow as well. And as we're talking about diabetes, is there anything special with seniors and diabetes that you'd like to share with the audience?
Well, just that diabetics have a decreased sensation. So you just need to check in constantly about the pressure. But of course, I love what you said, Donnell. They all have skin. They all have skincare needs. And that's one of the most important things that you can help them with during the service is their skin. Like I said earlier, this is more about the technique instead of the pressure. So you just have to, you just have to watch your pressure, obviously.
All right. And it looks like last question here is it always recommended for someone taking prescriptions to take their meds prior to a massage or after? Or is it specific to the type of medications?
It's specific to the type of medicine. And then I think always also it is, there are day people and then there are night people. And so that's always going to be a factor when they schedule. So that could be part of your intake over the phone. If they call you and they ask you questions, then you that can be part of your intake as well.
Very good.
But that's a great question, because I don't take that much medicine. I take one pill, but some people take a lot, and they need those. So I would find that out in your in your intake. With some senior massage, I know that I've heard that it's better earlier in the day or before they take their medicine.
Okay, well, thank you for that.
Mhm.
I would like to mention upcoming EduTalks. And again, that tomorrow, please watch your inbox. If you don't see it by the afternoon, please check your spam or junk folder for the follow-up email. And again, it will have the recording link, the link to Sheila's offer for a free May 1-hour continuing education class, and additionally her contact information. For those of you that don't know, there's a sister EduTalk series for diabetes. And next Tuesday, May 14th, Dr. Spags will present how to successfully reverse type 2 diabetes without fancy diets, starving yourself, or exhausting exercises. You can find the RSVP through ease-z.com website or through biotone.com, again, under the EduTalk tab. You can also access the Diabetes Archive Library, and this we launched last May. So there are several talks there, very informative, that I'd like to point your attention to. And join us next Tuesday for how to successfully reverse type 2 diabetes without fancy diets, starving yourself, or exhausting exercising. May 21st, Pete Whitridge will present therapeutic strategies for surgeries, scars, and burns. So please join us for that. Again, watch your inbox for invitations. And on June 4th, we have Adrian Asta with the Massage Therapy Foundation presenting on Unlocking Relief, the power of massage therapy research for managing headaches. So we've got a great lineup. We had an excellent presentation tonight, Sheila. Thank you so much. And everyone, food for thought, tonight's talk. Thank you so much. And join us again in the future. Take care, be well, and join us again.
Thanks,
Thank you.
everybody, and thanks, Donnell.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.